Welcome to Moon Vibes, your daily source of crypto news, delivered with just the right amount of chill. Moon Vibes only. Now here's your host, Crypto Kyle.
Hey, good morning. Well, kind of good morning. Good afternoon. With the late edition of Moon Vibes. Had some visual issues this morning and wanted to be sure to bring to you the best possible podcast. And with our guest being on today from Stuffy Bunny NFT, I wanted to be sure to put all the focus in one episode as opposed to releasing an early morning episode and one later. So that is the reason for the later podcast. But yeah, we got a lot of things going on. Of course, Chatty B from Stuffy Bunny will be on for the interview portion of this episode. If you are new here, thanks for joining us. This is the Moon Vibes podcast. If you like what you hear by the end of the episode, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay up to date on YouTube. If you listen on a podcast platform, be sure to subscribe and reach out to us there. If there's something you'd like for us to cover, or you just have any questions or want to converse, you can find me in a plethora of spaces, or you can always DM me on Twitter. All right, let's move into the news this morning. Madonna has become the latest celeb to flaunt a new Bored Ape. Pop star Madonna has acquired a Bored Ape that valued at more than $500,000. The 63-year-old singer said on Instagram post Thursday evening that she had entered the metaverse by acquiring Bored Ape 4988. And in the post, she thanked MoonPay, a crypto payments outfit that has been purchasing big-ticket NFTs on behalf of celebrities since late last year. The article goes on to state that OpenSea, the NFT marketplace, shows that MoonPay acquired Madonna's Bored Ape for 180 Ether, around $564,000 last week. The company then transferred the piece to a wallet presumably owned by Madonna 2 days ago. Shortly after, MoonPay transferred Bored Ape 1506 to another wallet. That item, a leopard-furred primate with an eye patch, has since become the Twitter profile picture of rapper Wiz Khalifa. Fresh endorsements come at a busy time for Yuga Labs, the company behind Bored Ape Yacht Club collection, as it has just rolled out a new token and is preparing to launch a metaverse gaming project. Very cool things going on over there, and so far it appears that they have done right by the community with the fiasco that had happened when they airdropped the ape coin. But moving on, ENJ is catching up to metaverse heavyweights like Mana and Sand. AMBcrypto.com with the news. ENJ coin price has seen 3 green days with a nice run-up. This move comes after ENJ bulls breached a declining trend line that subdued it since 25th of November. ENJ coin price crashed roughly 75% in less than 3 months and bottomed around $1.20. The resurgence of buyers indicates that an uptrend is likely to continue. Moreover, on-chain metrics seem to agree with the outlook and predict a bullish future for ENJ coin. The uptick in on-chain volume from 118 million to 330 million suggests that whales are interested in ENJ at the price that it is sitting at. This development could also attract FOMOing retail investors who could keep the uptrend going. Very cool. While Solana price gains 10% as gaming adoption has accelerated, Decrypt.co with the story, Solana, the 9th largest cryptocurrency by market cap, has climbed approximately 10% in 24 hours as of yesterday evening, moving from about $96 to $103. Compared to other major coins, only Cardano and Dogecoin saw similar gains at 9% and 6% respectively. Solana's upward move comes shortly after Krafton, publisher of popular battle royale game PUBG, announced it's partnering with Solana Labs to develop blockchain games on the network. But plenty other companies have been announcing launching projects on the Solana blockchain as of late. Web3 gaming startup Block Tackle shared Tuesday that it's developing a Solana NFT skateboarding game, and Coinbase recently added Solana token support to its wallet browser extension. All right. And Ethereum measuring the potential of its bullish case despite a possible correction. AMB Crypto, once again, from its all-time high, the King Alt has been on a downslide over the last 4 months. However, the bulls finally breached this long-term bearish trend after their recent rally. Now a fall below the $29.94 mark could pull the alt towards the 20 EMA support near the $2,800 level. Owing to the northbound direction of its near-term EMAs, ETH could continue its uptrend in the upcoming days. At time of press, King Alt was trading at $302.27. Wow, I don't know why I couldn't read that properly. But you can see some movement here, and we'll jump into the market here in just a moment. Last but not least, Missing Tooth NFT. For those of you who don't know, this is a project that was founded by the founder. It's been a very interesting project, to say indeed. I've covered it a little bit here on the podcast, but this last Wednesday in the Community of Community space, hosted by Whisper and some many other people in the community, Missing Tooth NFT's founder has revealed his identity, which is me. So if you missed that, or if you didn't know that already, Missing Tooth NFT is literally the project that I started. You can see here, Missing Tooth was formed quite literally while the founder was waiting on the bus for work and broke a forward-facing tooth while eating a cereal bar. I'm not going to get too in-depth with this, but I just wanted to bring it up and remind you that this is a project that is launching on Ethereum starting next Tuesday. There's all different sorts of contests and different ways to get on the whitelist. There's only so many whitelists to go around. There's also lots of contests to win NFTs from all sorts of different projects. And we even have a space with Stuffy Bunny NFT tomorrow. I don't remember what time it's at, but we're doing a lot of things and we're partnering with a lot of different people in our community, which is the way as it should be. So very excited about that. Be sure to check it out. MissingToothNFT.io or at MissingToothNFT on Twitter. All right, enough of the news. Let's go ahead and jump into the market. Bitcoin at $44,332, up 6.12% for the week. Ethereum up 5.53% at $3,102. BNB at $409, up 3.35%. XRP at 3.91%, up for 82 cents. Cardano up 28% for the week at $1.09. Terra Luna at 4.25% upwards at 90.75. Solana at 98.08, up 8.21%. Avalanche at $84, down 1.76% for the week, down 3.19% for the day. Polkadot up 8.19% at $20. Dogecoin up 10% at 13 cents. Shiba Inu up 7.08% at 0.402408. Polygon Matic up 6.11% for the day, or for the week rather, at $1.58. And Kronos at 45 cents, up 11.10% for the week. Gosh, I don't know why I can't read these. Up 2% for the day at 45 cents, guys. This is incredible. Seeing some good movement in the market. Not to say that it won't pull back at all, but things are looking upward currently. And if that trend continues, man, a lot of people are going to be very happy. Well, that does it for the market recap, guys. As I said, now we're going to move into the interview portion with Chad. This is the first time we've done a video interview on this show, so very excited about that. So please give a warm welcome to our guest and pay attention to what he's doing over at Stuffy Bunny NFT. It's a very cool project, very cool things. Chad has become a friend of mine over the last near a year, and excited to see this project come to fruition, and definitely bullish on everything that he has planned, including the physical locations and all that, for things that will be tied into this NFT. So let's cut out this nonsense. Let's get into it and have him on. So without further ado, here is the interview with Chatty B of Stuffy Bunny NFT. All right, Mr. Chatty B, welcome back to the podcast for officially your first time, but unofficially your second time.
Yeah, for sure.
It's been a busy week for you, man. Of course, that almost acquisition right before recording last week, and then you got some exciting news that you've been sharing across the last few days here. But first, just introduce yourself, a little bit how you got involved in the space, for those of you who don't know you, and, talk a little bit about Stuffy Bunny.
All right. Yeah. My name's Chad Baker. I live in California. I got into NFTs probably over a year ago. I just kind of been watching and paying attention. And I was around when Bored Ape Yacht Club minted, and I was kind of in that phase where I was like, I didn't understand why people were so interested in being able to buy a monkey, and everybody kind of gone through that phase, Right. So I kind of watched for a long time, and then the first one I ever did buy was Primate Social Society. So I ended up buying a monkey NFT, I knew I was going to do my own project after a while. I just wasn't sure how I was going to get into it, and I just was kind of watching people, seeing the mistakes they made, looking at projects to see the good things they were doing, and I wanted to make sure I do the right. When I started, I wanted to make sure I had a clear, good path. So our artist for Stuffy Bunnies, Anthony, he had put out a piece of art with the bunny on it, and I tried to reach out to him and sign him. Then I was like, okay, I finally found my artist. So I reached out to him, but he had already signed with somebody else to do the bunny project. So
okay.
I had invested in him a little bit, gave him some money for some bunnies, and I was just going to keep in contact with them so I could use them for later down the road. And then when they launched the Stuffy Bunnies, it kind of didn't go the way they wanted to. They kind of did a silent launch, or just kind of some weird things. So it didn't go the way I wanted. So I reached out to Anthony, and I asked him what I could do to help, maybe help him with some marketing, or buy some more of these bunnies and see what we can do. But after a few days, you realize why don't I just take over the project? I can buy the copyrights from you. We can shut this all down and start over again, and just kind of incorporate it into my plans and go from there. So that's kind of how it all started. And then I just dove deep into behind the scenes and learning how to do all this stuff. And man, it's a lot more complicated, and a lot more stuff going on behind the scenes, which I'm sure now too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, so you got in touch with the artist Anthony. You are working towards a relaunch, of course, of the project. You got some cool different things built in, like a custom if you mint 2, correct? Or if you burn 2, rather.
Yeah. So once we were getting this all set up, I was looking at their project and the original project, and I was trying to see what worked for them and what didn't. So we had built in some good features, but since we last week it kind of fell into my lap. Somebody reached out about another project called Numb Bunnies, and the artist is pretty famous. His name is Gus Fink. They reached out and they were saying if we could do some kind of collaboration or work together, and I looked into it, and their product was very similar to ours, and it's almost the same story. They had some celebrities like I forget his name, he's on Nickelodeon or something, but the same thing. They kind of launched, it didn't really go the way they wanted to, and the artist was kind of stuck with the art and nothing to do with it, so he couldn't do anything. So we made a deal, and so that's what happened the other day when we were doing our podcast. We ended up signing Gus Fink and the Numb Bunnies, and we just combined Stuffy Bunnies and Numb Bunnies to be one big project now. So to kind of there's a lot of moving parts in it, so to make everything work, I had to get rid of the burn concepts. There's not going to be any more burns, but I updated my roadmap and the white paper yesterday in the Discord. So there's not going to be any more burns. It's going to be more of if you mint 5 bunnies, you'll get a custom from one of the artists, whatever one you want. And if you mint 10, you can get 1 from each artist.
That's cool.
Yeah, Gus Fink is really popular. So he does paintings in real life, and his custom paintings in real life are $550 just to start off. So, so to get a custom, NFT done by him with the Numb Bunnies will be pretty valuable. So that's how we kind of worked it out.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yes, you still have an option to get a custom, and now you have 2 different artists, which is a plus. How has the reception so far been from the other community?
I think they were just scorned so bad from it. They had a bad taste in their mouths. Nobody said anything negative, but it's not been as many people as I thought. But they launched in November of last year, so it's been 5 or 6 months. So I think a lot of people may have just kind of moved on and not even paying attention anymore. So once we start marketing and get the word out there, I think a lot more of them will start coming back and getting involved.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
But a lot of the people who are paying attention, they have switched over to our Discord and are excited that we got the project launched because Gus Fink has a lot of fans, and I think a lot of people want to see his project be successful. So
that's cool. I know it's only a weekend, basically to the day. Do you know, or what are some plans that you can share so far about how they'll kind of coincide, alongside each other?
Right. So they're going to be it's going to be a storyline because we already have a children's book in the works, but luckily we weren't too far into it. So we're able to change the script a little bit now to add the numb bunnies into it. But it's going to be 5,000 of the Stuffy bunnies and 5,000 the numb bunnies. So Stuffy bunnies will be more of like the light side, the good side, the more cared for. The numb bunnies were kind of like rejects from the factory, and they're more, kind of emo looking. So they're going to be kind of representing as the dark side. And at some point, they need to, in the story, they're going to have to work together and learn that they're all made of the same material. They're all made on the inside, they're all the same, and they want the same thing. So it's got a good little storyline to it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And and then when we do the mint, it's just going to have one button. So like the website will be split in the middle. It'll have one mint button, and you won't know if you're going to mint Stuffy bunnies or the numb bunnies. So whatever you mint is kind of what side you're going to be on, light side or dark side. So it'll be pretty cool.
That is awesome. Can you talk a little bit about the longer term goals as far as, physical items and, SafePal wallets or wallets in general, hard wallets? I always say SafePal wallet just by default, but a hard wallet, I mean, rather.
Yeah, no worries. So we have 3 main goals with us. And, the main goal for us is to lower the barrier to entry. We can get to that in a little bit. And like you were talking about physical items, our second goal is to raise financial literacy for parents and adults and children. So we want to get children involved early in NFTs now. So we thought, what better way to make a storybook, have your bunnies inside a storybook, that'd be pretty cool. And we're also going to make plushies, actual stuffed animals. And Gus Fink, it was kind of cool. He already has made plushies of his numb bunnies, and he has manufacturing already set up. So that's going to increase my timeline. I'm going to be able to make the bunnies a lot faster now that I have hookups and stuff.
That's awesome.
So you'll be able to get Stuffy bunnies, and we're going to make them into a real life, stuffy animal. And there's going to be a zipper in the back, and we'll be able to put a custom Stuffy bunny hardware wallet, cold storage hardware wallet into it. So the idea behind that is to get, parents or aunts and uncles, grandparents to buy the bunny for their kids, grandkids, whatever. And you can download, my just normal numbers. Just say you put 2 ETH on that hardware wallet, and you put even our bunny NFTs into that hardware wallet. You can put it inside the bunny and just give it to the children. And with SafePal hard wallets, they have the 24 word, passcode, but you just hold on to it. And whenever the kids are 18, 21, whatever the age you want to give it to them, you could give them the password, and they'll have access to be able to get that. So imagine putting 2 ETH in a wallet right now and then waiting 18 years, but you're going to be setting up your children or nieces and nephews. You're going to be setting them up for success in the future. So yeah, that's kind of our second goal. Yeah.
That's awesome. Very cool.
But yeah, and then our main goal is to lower the barrier to entry. So that's what's really neat about this project, is we're going to be able to, you're going to be able to mint our NFT off our website with a credit card. So it's going to be making it way easier for Web 2 new people to be coming into our space. Cause I remember when I was trying to get into it, it took me 2 weeks to figure out how to get Ethereum and transfer it to a wallet. And I didn't know what gas meant. So I didn't know any of those things. So, and even now when you try to explain to your own family members, how to buy it and they're interested, then you kind of tell them what you got to do. And they immediately just like, yeah, I'll just let you do it. You tell me how it goes. And it's like, no, like you need to get into it, you know? So I think being able to mint with the credit card, you're going to cut that whole process, you know, in half. It's going to be so much easier to bring on these new people. And I think this will really change the whole NFT space. I think more companies after this will start trying to incorporate this technology into their mint system. So
yeah,
I think it's going to be a pretty big deal.
Yeah. I mean, a clear sense of adoption is always when something becomes really like a process becomes invisible. You know, I remember when debit cards, people were like, well, don't carry your debit card with you. You know, you're going to get hacked or whatever. Or it wasn't even hacked. It was like you're supposed to get your numbers, or, you know, there was just like this weird like thing about it. Same thing with checks before. Next thing you know, people are walking around with checks that have the routing number and everything on it. Next thing you know, they're walking around with debit cards. You can swipe it and spend, you know, thousands of dollars in a second. And that same thing's going to happen, you know, with crypto, of course. It's going to be easier to on-ramp and off-ramp your money from crypto into whatever currency in the meantime that you use. And eventually, you know, there's going to be places that are accepting the cryptocurrency, so you don't have to convert them.
Yeah, exactly. That's obviously the future, I think. And that's a big reason why I want to get kids like involved now and learning it. So that way, you know, when they're adults, they can't say they didn't have a little bit of, you know, training and, you know, preparedness to get ready for the future. So I think eventually Ethereum and Bitcoin will just be completely normal things in our society, and you'll be able to use it at Walmart, you know, so. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, that's exciting. Now, as far as, again, I know this is fresh, so don't share anything that's too soon. But as far as, you know, a timeline for a release, do you have any ideas? A couple months, 6 weeks? Do you have kind of a temporary timeline at least set up on when you think you can release? Yeah,
so we probably could have still kept the launch on time, but I wanted to. So we went from a 5,000 project to a 10,000, and you know, in this kind of down market we're in right now, doing a 10,000 piece is really hard to do. So we wanted to build up some more time so we can do more marketing and try to, you know, really create demand for the product. So we moved it to, it's going to be May 11th will be the pre-sale, and then May 13th will be a Friday the 13th. So I thought it'd be kind of a cool,
that's cool,
with the whole emo bunny vibe they got going. I thought Friday the 13th would be a good launch date. So yeah, May 13th will be the public mint date.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then just we're already in the process of doing the bunnies now, getting the prototypes done. We're getting the children's books are already getting written and manufactured. So we're doing all these things beforehand. We're not relying on the successful launch to make sure any of these things happen. It's going to happen no matter what. So.
Right. You're just getting everything in place, so it's ready to go once it launches.
Yeah, for sure.
Very fun.
Yeah.
Man, well, that's intense. You know, for those who didn't know, we were gonna have Chad on last Friday, but we do recordings on Wednesdays, and we got on the call. He's like, I don't know if we should be having this call yet, and it's because this community reached out to him, so that's pretty exciting. And again, you have another community that was essentially dead, maybe on its last foot, and you're able to incorporate them and bring that project back alive. So everybody who invested really probably primarily in that artist now has something to look forward to, and like you said, a lot of them don't even know that yet.
Yeah, exactly. You see it so common nowadays in the NFT space, with just projects that didn't, the launch didn't go well, so the project just died out, or rug pulls or anything, and you just kind of feel bad for communities that were really excited about that. So I I think this is awesome. We're bringing two, like I've never seen it happen before. We're bringing two projects together, two artists, two communities, and we're just going to, bring them together to make this one big, pretty special project. So I think all around it's just a win-win for everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Anything else we should know while we wait for, to see some of this advertising and to jump in? Like, how can people get involved in the project and, start spreading the word?
Yeah. I'll give you my Discord. So I'll try to get people to start jumping in the Discord. They can read the white paper. It's pretty long. I'm very open and honest about everything. Originally, I kind of had my future plans kind of kept to myself because I thought maybe they were too far-fetched for people to grasp. But I just went ahead at this time and I opened it up and showed everybody. So my plan is to just keep making more and more businesses, like real life businesses, and then do a mix up with the NFTs. So after the Stuffy bunnies and we get everything set up and balanced out, my next project is going to be the Lucky Bunny Brewing Company. So we're going to have it's going to be like the first in real life NFT brewery. So I'm going to set that up in Texas. And it's going to have like, we're going to make our own beers and brews, and like the bottles, the labels and cans, whatever we do, they're going to have like the NFTs on the cans or the labels with QR codes, and it'll send you right over to our website to be able to make awareness of the project and be able to buy our NFTs. It'll have like an indoor like golf simulator, like Top Golf, close to that. So that's going to be pretty cool. And then after that, I'm going to do a gym. It's going to be called Jack Rabbit. And so it's going to be like a gym in Texas. Also, one of my good friends owns a gym. So we're going to go in on that. He's going to help me get that set up and do like a healthy energy drink thing. Same thing with the healthy energy drink. The cans will be with our NFTs on them, QR codes. So all these types of things are going to be open to the public, and we'll be able to still make money as a real business, and we'll be able to reinvest the money back into the community. So that way you get rewarded as a holder, just holding the NFTs. That's the utility we're bringing. You're going to have real life products, and you're going to be able to, pretty much essentially gain passive income from our real life success of our real life businesses. So
that's exciting.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. So it's important to get in the Discord and read the white paper so you can wrap your whole mind around it and see the whole long-term vision of it all.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll make sure that the Discord is posted in the notes. If you're listening to this in audio form, it'll be in the podcast notes. If you're on YouTube, of course, you'll see it in the comment section below. Yeah, that's very exciting. I've known Chatty, let's see, what was it been since like maybe July, August?
Yeah, it's probably coming up close to a year, maybe 9 months or so. Yeah,
it's crazy. But
it's going by quick.
It has. But he's been doing some cool things in the space. He's got good character. He's a good person. You can trust him. And so I'm excited to see these projects. And I personally believe that they're going to be successful and are going to bring wealth, of course, to your family, but are going to bring, like you said, passive income to all of their holders on top of all the education that you're bringing to children and people being able to invest in their futures by getting cryptocurrency at the cost now, no telling what it's going to be in 20, 30 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's going to be real cool, real exciting, man. Thanks for doing the interview, man. There's a whole bunch more, but this could go on for hours. So
sure, we'll definitely bring you back for more as it gets closer to launch, and we can talk about some of those other plans as well. But we just wanted to get you in here to introduce yourself, talk a little bit about it, get the conversation rolling, and that way we have a jumping point for the next time you're on.
Yeah, for sure, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks for listening to Moon Vibes. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others. Post about it on social media. Visit our sponsor and affiliate links in the description, or leave a rating and review. Be sure to follow your host on Twitter at CryptoKyleMQT. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.